Today is Thursday, September 4th, 2025, and this is Read Through the Bible.
And we are nearing the end of the book of Judges.
Right. We finished Samson, who was the last of the 12 judges.
Yep.
And now we're entering a time where not only is there no king, but there's no judge, and they do whatever is right in their own eyes.
And what's right in their own eyes is not right.
Not right at all.
Yeah, and so this just gets to some bad things. So, okay, here you go.
Okay, 17 verse 1. There was a man of the hill country of Ephraim whose name was Micah. And he said to his mother, "The 1,100 pieces of silver that were taken from you, about which you uttered a curse, and also spoke it in my ears, behold, the silver is with me. I took it." And his mother said, "Blessed be my son by the Lord." And he restored the 1,100 pieces of silver to his mother. So it's interesting that that's the same amount of silver as what the Philistine lords gave to Delilah.
Yeah, in chapter 16 and verse 5, all the lords were ready to prepare to give 1,100 pieces of silver to Delilah. And so it may be that one of the lords just took it from
her,
his
from
mother.
Micah's mother.
Yep, they did what's right in their own eyes. They needed 1,100 pieces of silver. They just took it from her.
Samson killed people to get their clothes to pay a debt.
A vulnerable woman, perhaps. And then the son went and just
got it back.
Got it back.
Yep.
So anyway.
Okay, and so verse 3. And his mother said, "I dedicate the silver to the Lord from my hand for my son." Okay, that sounds great. Dedicate it to the Lord, right? But look, but you go on to make a carved image and a metal image. So, like to make idols. Now, therefore, I will restore it to you. So, when he restored the money to his mother took 200 pieces of silver and gave it to the silversmith, who made it into a carved image and a metal image, and it was in the house of Micah. And the man Micah had a shrine, and he made an ephod, that's like what Gideon did, and household gods, and ordained one of his sons who became his priest. Verse 6, in those days there was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in his own eyes.
Yep. So you're getting a priest, a personal priest is basically what's happening here from this money that you're building your shrine and...
Yeah, and it's this man's son, and the priest should be from the tribe of Levi, and then he's not from the tribe of Levi.
Yep. Okay, so now there was a young man of Bethlehem in Judah, of the family of Judah, who was a Levite, and he sojourned there. And the man departed from the town of Bethlehem in Judah to sojourn where he could find a place. And as he sojourned, he came to the hill country of Ephraim, to the house of Micah. And Micah said to him, "Where do you come from?" And he said to him, "I'm a Levite of Bethlehem in Judah, and I'm going to sojourn where I may find a place."
Okay,
and Micah said to him, "Stay with me, and be to me a father and a priest, and I will give you 10 pieces of silver a year, and a suit of clothes, and your living." And the Levite went in, and the Levite was content to dwell with the man. And the young man became to him like one of his sons. And Micah ordained the Levite, and the young man became his priest, and was in the house of Micah. Then Micah said, "Now I know the Lord will prosper me, because I have a Levite as a priest." So before, he kind of was a priest to himself as one of his sons, but now he's got a Levite as a priest.
So that's kind of better, but it's still very wrong.
Yeah, it is. And, this is like self-styled religion.
Yes.
Especially everyone did what was right in his own eyes. That's what we see here. So in chapter 17, we see that Micah making a graven image and hires his own Levitical priest.
Right.
And this is not beyond some of the ultra-rich people who might kind of do this, have their own religious counselors or gurus or something like that. Is what this is happening here.
Yeah. Okay, so chapter 18.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In those days there was no king in Israel. Okay, there's that phrase again. And in those days the tribe of the people of Dan was seeking for itself an inheritance to dwell in. For until then, no inheritance among the tribes of Israel had fallen to them. So the people of Dan sent 5 able men from the whole number of their tribe, from Zorah to Eshtaol, to spy out the land and to explore it. Which, that's strange because of how the land got settled at the end of the book of Joshua, but...
Yeah, and it's an illusion of fact of how they didn't settle their land totally.
Right.
This is disobedience. They didn't capture the land.
Yeah, probably didn't drive out the people.
Yep.
Okay. So now they're sending out spies to spy out the land. And they said to them, "Go and explore the land." And they came to the hill country of Ephraim, to the house of Micah, and lodged there. Verse 3, when they were by the house of Micah, they recognized the voice of the young Levite. Well, I guess they know him. And they turned aside and said to him, "Who brought you here? And what are you doing in this place? What is your business here?" And he said to them, "This is how Micah dealt with me. He has hired me, and I have become his priest." And they said to him, "Inquire of God, please, that we may know whether the journey on which we are setting out will succeed." So like kind of a soothsayer, omen, fortune teller. And the priest said to them, "Go in peace. The journey on which you go is under the eye of the Lord."
And how often is it that the priests, or when they seek this, I remember Jehoshaphat and Ahaziah, they sought Micaiah, right?
Right.
All the prophets said, "Oh yeah, go do what you want to do." Oftentimes prophets like tickle the ears, will give an answer.
Give a wrong answer.
What is it that you want to hear? I'll tell you what you want to hear.
Right.
And this is what they want to hear, and this is what they said. And then the 5 men departed and came to Laish and saw the people who were there, how they lived in security, after the manner of the Sidonians.
Because remember, they're spying out land for
quiet
themselves.
and unsuspecting, lacking nothing that is in the earth, and possessing wealth, and how they were far from the Sidonians and had no dealings with anyone. And when they came to the brothers at Zorah and Eshtaol, the brothers said to them, "What do you report?" And they said, "Arise, let us go up against them, for we have seen the land, and behold, it's very good. And will you do nothing? Do not be slow to go, to enter in and possess the land. As soon as you go, you will come to an unsuspecting people. The land is spacious, for God has given it into your hands, a place where there is no lack of anything that is in the earth."
So 600 men of the tribe of Dan, armed with weapons of war, sent out from Zorah and Eshtaol and went up and encamped at Kiriath Jearim in Judah. On this account, that place is called Mahane Dan to this day. Behold, it is west of Kiriath Jearim. And they passed on from there to the hill country of Ephraim and came to the house of Micah.
Then the 5 men who had gone to scout out the country of Laish said to their brothers, "Do you know that in these houses there are an ephod, household gods, a carved image, and a metal image? Now therefore consider what you will do." And they turned aside there and came to the house of the young Levite at the home of Micah and asked him about his welfare. Now the 600 men of the Danites, armed with their weapons of war, stood by the entrance of the gate. And the 5 men who had gone to scout out the land went up and entered and took the carved image, the ephod, the household gods, the metal image, while the priest stood by at the entrance of the gate with 600 men armed with weapons of war. And when these went into Micah's house and took the carved image, the ephod, the household gods, and the metal image, the priest said to them, "What are you doing?" And they said to him, "Keep quiet, put your hand on your mouth, and come with us. And be to us a father and a priest. It is better for you to be a priest is it better for you to be a priest to the house of one man, or to be a priest to a tribe and a clan in Israel?" And the priest's heart was glad, and he took the ephod and the household gods and the carved image and went along with the people.
So those belong to Micah.
Yep. So Micah was over one man, and now he can be a tribe. So it's like a promotion over the whole tribe.
Okay, so that sounds good. That sounds logical. Like be a priest to a tribe rather than just one person. But all of this is self-styled worship. And God gave clear directions of what the worship should be.
Not like this.
Right, no. Verse 21, so they turned and departed, putting the little ones and the livestock and the goods in front of them. And when they had gone a distance from the home of Micah, the men who were in the houses near Micah's house called out, and they overtook the people of Dan. And they shouted to the people of Dan, who turned around and said to Micah, "What is the matter with you, that you come with such a company?" And he said, "You take my gods that I made, and the priest, and go away. And what have I left?"
You took all my gods and my priest.
Yeah, how then do you ask me, what is the matter with you? And the people of Dan said to him, "Do not let your voice be heard among us, lest angry fellows fall upon you, and you lose your life with the lives of your household." And the people of Dan went their way. And when Micah saw that they were too strong for him, he turned and went back to his home.
Like he resisted it, but he had no way that he could fight against these men of war, these 600 men. There's no way.
Right, so, but how ironic. They're taking these things, these objects of, quote, worship, but they are not God-fearing, obedient people.
Yeah, it's like superstition, for sure.
Yeah.
But the people of Dan took what Micah had made and the priest who belonged to him, and they came to Laish, to a people quiet and unsuspecting, and struck them with the edge of the sword, and burned the city with fire.
So sad.
And there was no deliverer, because it was far from Sidon, and they had no dealings with anyone. It was in the valley that belongs to Beth Rehob. Then they rebuilt the city and lived in it.
These guys are bullies, like Vikings coming on a raid. And they named the city Dan, after the name of Dan, their ancestor, who was born to Israel. But the name of the city was Laish at first. And the people of Dan set up the carved image for themselves. And Jonathan, the son of Gershom, son of Moses, and his sons were priests to the tribe of the Danites until the day of the captivity of the land of Israel. So they set up Micah's carved image that he made as long as the house of God was at Shiloh.
Okay. So here we see lawlessness ruling, the Danites taking Jonathan, Micah's Levite, to be the tribe of the priest of their tribe. And
then they attack this city of Laish and take it for themselves.
A quiet and unsuspecting people.
Like the Vikings raiding a quiet little village.
That's pretty appropriate imagery. So here we see people doing what was right in their own eyes, and they wanted a priest, and they wanted these cities.
Self-styled worship.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, we will continue the story tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay, goodbye.